Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another breakdown for PFL. I'm going to be breaking down each and every fight on this card for this upcoming PFL card this Friday. So make sure you guys come hang out with us in the live streams. I will be live for this entire card like every week. Let's get into it, guys. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. I cover PFL, I cover UFC every week on the channel. I do live streams on the channel also every week. So let's get into it, guys. We got Kevin Lee taking Ghazi Rabadanov in the main event headliner. We also got in the co-main Liz Carmouche taking on Laura Dana. We some solid matchups on this card. We got Archie Colgan fighting on the main card against Mansour Barnaoui. We also got Jake Hadley, the former UFC fighter Jake Hadley, fighting on this card. Justin Wetzell's coming back after pulling off a really big upset win in his PFL debut over that Russian. So we got Primus on this card taking on the striker Alfie Davis. We also got Bishop on this card. We got Magomedov on this card. I'm not sure why Magomedov's on the prelims. Kind of shocking to me that he's fighting on the prelims. Maybe because I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, he should be on the main card. I think Magomedov definitely should be on the main card. He's fighting that undefeated fighter, Servezon Khamidov. So let's get into it, guys. I'm going to give you guys my every pick on this card. We got Domínguez taking on Nick Meck. I think Nick Meck's going to win this one. I'm going to go with Nick Meck. I think he's got better wrestling. He's also got more power on the feet. My only issue with Nick Meck is that he starts to slow down later in fights. That's my only worry with him, like paralleling him at this line. He's coming, Nick Meck coming in at -240. The comeback on Domínguez coming in at +190 as an underdog. My pick is gonna be Nicholas Meck. I'm gonna have to go with him. I think he might have the finishing ability early. He can finish him by KO in the first second. On he's actually got knockout power. So I'm gonna have to go with Nick Meck. I think this is not a bad matchup for him. Hasn't really had a lot of success in the big show. Like he lost to St. Louis, which honestly is not a bad loss anymore. Now certainly a close fight. He lost to Kevin Peace, where I think he did drop Kevin Peace in that first round, or he had him hurt, and then he just kind of like slowed down later, and they're both really tired in the third round. So, and Kevin Peace was kind of able to take over later. But I'm gonna go with Nick Meck on this one. He's gonna be my prediction on this fight. Nick Meck I'm gonna say maybe by KO, or I could just see this one going the distance. Probably by decision, landing the better shots overall, having the better moments, even getting takedowns in this fight. Next fight on the card, we got Saray Orozco taking on Laura Joanne. Laura Joanne, she's fighting out of Pitbull Brothers team. The last time she fought on that card with Mateus Mattos, also Leonardo Higo was on that card. And we also had Pitbull fighting in the UFC, who made his UFC debut against Yair Rodriguez, and he dealt win 0-4 on that card. So they had a really bad showing on that week when they fought on the same week. And I'm just not impressed by Laura Joanne. Now this is probably not a bad matchup for her. She's not fighting someone like Liz Carmouche or like Tala Santos and Gina Bishop and all these other girls. But I feel like Rajko has enough dog in her. She can push forward, get her in the clinch, and just kind of like make this a dirty fight. Because if you just let Joanne kind of like dance from the outside, she can do just fine and just kind of like outpoint you from the outside. She's only 5'3". She's gonna be really small and tiny for this weight class, and normally she's coming in short against pretty much everyone at this weight class at 125 pounds. I think Rajiko, honestly, like if you go watch her previous fight against Sumiko Inaba, I think she won that fight. Honestly, I do. Like I was live during that card, and I was like telling Chad, I was like, oh, I think she's winning this fight, and they gave it to Sumiko Inaba, which kind of shocked me. But Rajko is honestly not that bad. I think she could be on a 3-5 win streak right now, and obviously she's 8-6, and Joanne's 12-10. So you never really know what's gonna happen. It could come down to the last round. Whoever gets a takedown every round could win this fight. But I'm gonna go with the Rajko. I think she's gonna win by decision. If she can get the over 2.5 rounds, parlay the over 2.5 rounds in this fight. Next fight on the card, we got Mattos taking on Lazaro Dayron. I'm gonna have to go with Lazaro Dayron. He had a really good performance in his PFL debut against Danny Sabatello. He actually hurt him really badly, had him in huge trouble, and he's got big power. He can wrestle also. So I feel like in this fight he can wrestle, also land the better shots on the feet. Maybe even have the better cardio. And I don't see Mattos having the wrestling like Sabatello, like getting him down and controlling him like that. I'm gonna go with Lazaro Dayron. Is gonna be my prediction on this fight. I'm gonna say probably like decision. I hope we see a KO from Dayron. I really want to see him find that finish because he might not want to go the distance because of what happened last time because they completely robbed him because I think he won that fight 29-20 at the very least. But the judges they didn't wanna give Sabatello an L there. But I think they're on. This should be a good bounce back fight for him. He's 8-0-1. And I think he's gonna be 9-0-1 by end of this week. Deron coming in at minus. I think he's the favorite here. He's coming in at minus 175. He actually opened up at minus 350. I do agree with him being like 2-1 because I do think he's gonna win this fight. I don't see him getting caught in summation by Mattos. I don't see Mattos knocking him out. The only way I see Mattos getting this one done if he can like outpoint him, land low kicks, kind of like defend the wrestling. But I really just don't see that from Mattos in this matchup. So my pick is gonna be Deron, probably on the scorecards or like early KO. I can see him finding that power, landing combinations, and putting him away early. Next fight on the card, we got Derag Kelly taking on Mike Hamel. Now, Derag Kelly, man, he hasn't fought anyone that's like any good and even in Bellator. I'm not really that impressed. I watched tape on this guy. I'm really not that impressed. Now he's like what? He's like what 7-0, 7-0 in his career. He's undefeated. He's fighting out of SBG Ireland. He's 27 years old, right? Obviously, he's a prospect in this matchup. And Mike Hamel training at a Mima Lab. I'm not sure if he's still training at Mima Lab, but I think he might be. He's coming off that KO loss to Tim Wild. Hasn't fought in almost 2 years, so it's not good. But Mike Hamel, if he shows up, man, he's pretty good. And I'm gonna take a shot at Mike Hamel here. As an underdog, I think he can. I think he can pull it off. Honestly, he's 4-1 in his last 5 fights, and he's fought the much better competition. Um, Other than getting KO'd by Tim Wild, who's actually a really good, like, pretty good striker. I wouldn't say a really good striker, but he's actually like a really good striker. And he got caught already by Tim Wild. I don't know if I see Kelly knocking him out. I think it's gonna be really close. I'm gonna go with the underdog, who's like 2-1 underdog, Mike Hamel, because I feel like this fight's gonna go the distance, and I can see Mike Hamel just kind of like edging it out, like a close 29-20, maybe even a split or a majority decision for Mike Hamel. Plus 205 for Mike Hamel. I'm gonna go with Mike Hamel as an underdog in this one. We'll see if Kelly can prove me wrong on Friday. Next fight on the card, we got Tony Caruso taking on Vinicius Cenci. And man, again, Caruso, I watched tape on this guy, and I'm really not that impressed by Caruso. Not that like Cenci's like a high level, like one of the best prospects out there, but he's not looking bad even in these fights that he's losing. I mean, he lost to Sam Patterson on a contender series. He had good moments early. He was landing strikes early against Sam Patterson. He had takedowns on Sam Patterson. He was out grappling Sam Patterson before he got caught in that summation. But that's his problem, right? He's been sub 3 times. That's the one thing that worries me when he does engage in these grappling exchanges. But he took that fight on short notice against Primus, and PFL they signed him because they needed someone to as a replacement for Primus. So he took that fight on short notice. It was 1-1. I think he lost the first round. He won the second round. He was getting out grappled in the first round. Then he won the second on with his striking, right? He's a long rangey distance striker. He knows how to land body kicks, front deep kicks to the body. He can land elbows up close to you. I do like his striking. I do favor his striking in this matchup. And I feel like if he doesn't get caught in submission here, he could very well win this one. So I'm gonna go with the Cenci. Tony Caruso is kind of like a brawler. I wouldn't say his striking technique is all that clean. And his wrestling is not that great either. Maybe he can get takedowns here and get Cenci in a submission because he has submission wins before. But I'm gonna go with Cenci. I feel like if he's like a legit prospect, like at all, he should win this one. Honestly, he should. And he's training over there, Kings of MMA, I mean, with guys like Darius and those guys. So I'm gonna trust Cenci here. He's basically a pick. This fight's basically a pick 'em. Cenci minus 140. I mean, so he was like minus 115 when I was doing my breakdown with 1-3 MMA on the channel last night. Give me Cenci to win, then Cenci to win by decision. Next fight on the card, we got Magomedov taking on Servorzon Khamidov. And this is a pretty good matchup. I mean, I was saying earlier, man, this matchup should be on the main card. I'm not sure why this is on the early prelims, but it is what it is, right? So Magomedov obviously he's been here for a long time. He's fighting Bellator forever. Fought really good high level competition. Right, he has a win over Peter Yan, close fight, and he has that split decision win over Peter Yan, which is isn't like fine wine. But obviously, other than that, I mean, he's winning fights because he's training under Dag Fighter. Those guys are known for those front chokes, ninja chokes, guillotine chokes. If you shoot takedowns on him recklessly, I'm sure he's going to be preparing for those submissions when Khamidov is going to be, because Khamidov is going to shoot takedowns in this fight. This is a typical striker versus grappler wrestler matchup here. Khamidov is going to have the better wrestling, so he can probably dictate where this fight takes place. Whereas Magomedov is going to be probably the quicker striker. He can land. He's a dynamic striker. He throws nice spinning attacks, and he's quick. He's fast. I think he should be coming off a win over Patchy Mix in that last matchup there, but they didn't give him the win, and that was a 5-round fight. He did look a lot better in that fight. I feel like he gets taken on, man. That's my only issue with Magomedov. He gives up takedowns because he's so comfortable going for those submissions off his back that he can be taken on. And I do feel like Khamidov can take him down in this matchup, and that's what this is going to come down to. Now, if Khamidov gets caught in a submission, then it's going to be GG's for good night for Khamidov because he's not getting out of that front choke submission by Magomedov if he gets caught in one. But if he doesn't get caught in a submission, he's got really good grappling, like control when he does get takedowns. He can control wrist, and you're like, he knows where like he knows where to keep you to just hold you down, control you for the run. And I don't think he's like the most dangerous grappler or wrestler when he does get takedowns on people, because he prefers to control you over like going for submissions and like going for like ground and pound. But I think Khamidov can get this one done. I'm gonna go Khamidov by decision. I took him at plus 115 last night. I think he's not a bad play at this line. Khamidov coming in at where is he at? Khamidov. He's minus 120 now, so the line's still basically pick him. I mean, plus 1 I think is a good, but even minus 120 isn't bad. You can probably throw him in like a long shot parlay, even bet him straight up, or you might just want to bet this live. I mean, because if you want to bet Magomedov, I feel like he's gonna have to get a submission here, or he's gonna have to defend all takedowns. I see him getting taken on early in the first round, because Khamidov is a strong wrestler, and I do think his wrestling is a lot better than Patchy Mix. Whereas Patchy Mix has better jiu-jitsu and more dangerous when he does get takedowns on people. But I do think Khamidov overall is a better wrestler, and we have seen Magomedov taken on before, even in fights that he's won in the past, like Brazil fight, like other fights before. So just based on takedown defense, I'm gonna go with Servorzon Khamidov. Next fight on the card, we got Gina Bishop taking on Eka Terina Shakalova. Some of these names are so difficult to pronounce. But in this matchup, man, I'm gonna go with Gina Bishop. I think her wrestling and like grappling is good enough against Shakalova. Now Shakalova went out there and got that first round submission over Julian Velasquez, and she was a 2-1 underdog in that matchup. But honestly, like I don't see her submitting Bishop in this matchup, and it's gonna be a striking matchup, so you can't get takedowns on Bishop. She's going to have to wrestle her for all 3 rounds, because I don't see her getting a finish over Bishop. She's not knocking out Bishop. She's going to have to find a submission for Bishop, and Bishop is a high-level BJJ world champion. So he has wins over girls like Luana Santos, Diony Barboza. I mean, like those are pretty good wins. And wins over Kana Watanabe isn't bad, honestly. But these wins, I mean, these other wins, Diony Barboza win, Luana Santos win, I rate those really highly. And we did parlay her last time with Jordan Jandiroba during the same week, where they're both fighting. Werner was fighting on the pay-per-view card, and Bishop was fighting in the tournament. So she went out there. She won the fight based off striking alone. She didn't even get takedowns in that fight. She didn't have to grapple, which is impressive. We know she's gonna dig deep. If she has to, she's gonna take chances out there. She's gonna brawl it out if she has to. So I do like to see that her cardio is not a problem. Obviously, Shakalova, she's young. She's 27 years old. She's gonna be much younger, almost 12 years younger here against Bishop. So obviously, that maybe Bishop at some points is probably gonna fall off, but I just don't think it's gonna be in this matchup. Give me Bishop by decision. I think Bishop can just kind of like land more damage on the feet and get it done. Bishop coming in at -125, a lot of money coming in on Shakalova, which I guess it makes sense. Shakalova is so much younger, and she looked pretty dominant in her last fight 2 months back over Velasquez. But Bishop should be able to. I feel like Bishop should be able to get this one done. Next fight on the card, we got Brent Primus taking on Alfie Davis. Now, this is a typical striker versus grappler matchup in this here. If Primus can get takedowns, he's going to dominate Alfie Davis. If Alfie Davis can stuff takedowns, he's probably gonna outpoint Primus. That's what this matchup basically comes down to. And we did pick Alfie Davis as an underdog over Clay Collard, and he was able to land a spinning back fist. I think it was a spinning back fist, spinning back elbow. Then he was able to like hurt him really badly. And the Clay Collard had never been knocked out before that, and he was the first one to finish Clay Collard by by KO TKO. Or I guess he was knocked out before, but never in the PFL in about 14 fights. So that was impressive by Alfie Davis. Now, Primus, I see him getting takedowns in this match. I do see him getting takedowns here. He might not get a takedown in the first round. He's probably gonna get takedown second round, third round. Then he's gonna lock in a submission. So Primus, I like Primus here. I think Primus is gonna get this one done. -190 for Brent Primus. Primus money line honestly is not a bad parlay piece on this card. Or you can even bet him live, because if he might not get a takedown, but if he does get a takedown in the first round, he's probably gonna solo up to like -500, -600 right away. But I honestly do see him taking on Alfie Davis in this fight. The only reason I picked Clay Collard, because Clay Collard is not a wrestler. He's not gonna be shooting takedowns on anyone. And the last time he fought a wrestler that can grapple, Barnaoui, and he got subbed, right? He got absolutely dominated. Other than that, I mean, Caruso is a striker. All these other guys are mostly strikers. And Primus training at American Top Team, and those guys always have a good game plan. I'm gonna go with Primus. Next fight on the card, we got Justin Wetzell taking on Amanda Gutierrez. Now, Amanda Gutierrez did kind of shock me in that last matchup against Francisco Nuzzi. He was taking a lot of damage early, then he kind of pushed through it, and he got that back and locked in that body triangle and got that submission. So that was extremely impressive by Amanda Gutierrez. But I'm still gonna mention what I mentioned 2 months back, that he's extremely hittable. If he can't get his wrestling going, he's gonna be in trouble. And this matchup with Justin Mitchell, he made his PFL debut on short notice. Took on Khamidov as a +500 underdog, huge underdog in that fight. And he went out there and beat Khamidov in his own game, which is out clinching him, out wrestling him, and just being more effective overall in all areas of the game. Wetzell has good cardio. He's taking this fight on full camp now. I think he's gonna look even better. And I could see him finding a finish here, but even if he doesn't find a finish, I just see him. Just seem like whatever Gutierrez is gonna try to do, like get takedowns on him, like try to take his back. I think Wetzell can defend all those positions and just kind of like do more, even if it goes a distance. I trust him to do more damage. Maybe slice him open with an elbow. I could see him doing that, and I also see Justin Wetzell just winning rounds based on output, because he stays busy. He doesn't just like he knows how to win rounds. He's really good at that, and I don't see Gutierrez knocking him out. Honestly, I just don't. I'm gonna have to go Justin Wetzell. by maybe by decision or like by KO TKO. -221 for Justin Wetzell. I'm gonna go with him. Next fight on the card, we got Marcelo Alves taking on J.K. Hadley. Now, J.K. Hadley, obviously, he made his PFL debut, got that crazy twister, Scottish twister, which is really impressive. You don't normally see that in MMA overall. Marcelo Alves, he had a main event with Leandro Higo, where he was able to stuff all the takedowns from Higo and just kind of like land more damaging strikes on the feet. He was starting to slow down in that fight in the second, third round, but he was able to do more, so they gave him the nod. The judges, I mean, they gave him the nod there. Before that, he lost to Khamidov, where he got Russell, which honestly isn't too bad. That's not really a bad loss. He does have power. He's a powerful striker. He hits extremely hard. He's only 25 years old, right? He's still really young. And there's a world where I could see Hadley winning this fight. Now, honestly, I could, but the only reason I'm gonna go with I mean, I could see Alves winning. The reason I'm gonna go with Hadley here because I do see him like building in the second, third round. I think he's gonna gain momentum. He knows like he's got really good boxing, and he's gonna rip to the body, and I think that's gonna slow down the Marcelo Alves game overall. And I don't see Alves shooting takedowns on Jake Hadley, which Hadley has struggled in the past, because you can take down Hadley if you try to take him down. You can definitely take him down, hold him down, but he's dangerous off his guard too, like we've seen in 2 months back. When he got that crazy twister on him, Mattos, because that fight was 1-1, and he was definitely like starting to break Mattos with those body shots. Give me Jake Hadley by decision. I'm gonna go Jake Hadley -150. He opened up at +180. I mean, that's crazy if you got +180 on him. I didn't get +180 or any plus money on Jake Hadley. But -150 is where he's at right now, and I think that's not too bad. Next fight on the card, we got Archie Colgan taking on Mansour Barnaoui. Good matchup here. This is a typical wrestler versus grappler matchup. They're both gonna look to wrestle. Or it could be might just turn into like a striking matchup because they're both like pretty good at wrestling and grappling. So they might just want to strike it out now. That's what happens when we get two grapplers. Barnaoui, I think he's got better jiu-jitsu, but I feel like Archie Colgan has better wrestling. He's stronger in the clinch, and I see him getting the wrestling going in this matchup. Archie Colgan, he's got good power. Doesn't really knock a lot of people out, but he hits extremely hard. But when he hits people hard, he level changes right away to right behind it. And I do like to see that he sticks to his game plan. He knows what he's good at, and that's wrestling. He went out there, beat Manuel Souza, who's actually a really good Muay Thai striker, and has a win over Mauricio Rufy, where he knocked out Mauricio Rufy back in SFT Combat. Shout out to SFT Combat. I'm wearing their shirt right now. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go with Archie Colgan here. Barnaoui, he can win fights when he has the grappling edge over guys like Alfie Davis and Yachi, and he's pretty dangerous with the submission game. He has like if you can take your back, he's extremely dangerous with that body triangle. If you can lock in that body triangle, you don't want this guy on your back. But I feel like Archie Colgan can stay one step ahead with his wrestling and just kind of like hold him down, control him. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Archie Colgan in this spot. -300 for Archie Colgan. He's going to be my pick. Cloudbet has him at -284. I think that's honestly pretty good. Cloudbet -284 for as a parlay piece. Next fight on the card, guys. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe if you guys do enjoy these PFL breakdowns. It took me a little bit longer to do this breakdown this week because I had a busy week. So I would appreciate if you guys all subscribe and like the video, because we do make money on PFL. We're coming off a winning PFL week. Last week we cast on Tad Gene plus money. We missed on Kim. We cast on Jesus Pinedo. So it was a pretty good week for us. And I post my bets for free in the link down below in the description. You guys can check those if I have any bets on upcoming card. And I do have a bet on this card, which is Khamidov. Here we go, co-main event now. There's Carmouche taking on Alora Dana. Dana, obviously, she's 8-0. We took her at plus money. We cashed on her at plus 108 over Diana Evsaragova. Evsaragova, obviously, she's nowhere near close to Liz Carmouche's level. Carmouche is a pit bull, man. She'll kind of just bomb away. Her wrestling is pretty good. She can be taken on. We've seen her taken on in that Watanabe fight. We've seen her taken on by Talos Santos, but those girls are really strong and physical. I could see a world where Dana can have the wrestling edge over Liz Carmouche. Honestly, Liz Carmouche is 41 years old now. She's getting kind of up there now. But her striking edge is going to help her in this matchup. So you can sub takedowns from Laura Dana, which I see her doing. I think Carmouche is going to like land more effective strikes on the feet. So you should have the cardio edge over Dana. Now, Odina is obviously a surging prospect. I mean, excuse me. She's a surging prospect, training with Natalia Silva. She has trained with Natalia Silva. I'm not sure if she's still training with Natalia Silva, but she has trained with Natalia Silva in the past. But yes, she's dangerous on the ground. Obviously, she can go for submissions. You don't want this girl on your back. She's extremely physical. She's Brazilian, obviously. Those girls are normally really strong. But I'm gonna go with the veteran here, Liz Carmouche. She should be able to keep this fight standing. She needs to even get her own takedowns on Laura Dana. I don't know if I see her getting caught in a submission by Dana. I'm gonna have to go with Liz Carmouche, probably by decision. Minus 500 for Carmouche. I can't play her at this line, but she's gonna win. Next fight on the card, we got Kevin Lee taking on Ghazi Rabadanov. Here we go, guys. I mean, respect to Kevin Lee for taking this fight. Hopefully they're paying him good amount of money, and hopefully ends early for Kevin Lee, because I don't think this is gonna go well for Kevin Lee. Ghazi Rabadanov, 3 KOs in a row. He's really found that power. He's really trusting and striking now more than wrestling. He doesn't even wrestle anymore because he's knocking out people cold and absolutely brutalizing people out there. Ghazi Rabadanov, training over there with Habib's team and those guys like Islam Makhachev, Umar Nurmagomedov, Usman Nurmagomedov, all those killers over there in Dagestan. He can wrestle. His base is wrestling, but his striking is getting so much better at this point. His grounded pound is absolutely nasty. He absolutely brutalized Mark DeCasey with that grounded pound. He hit him with a left hook counter as DeCasey was trying to throw flying up the middle, and he got countered and he got knocked out within 30 seconds. Absolutely brutal, and I don't see this one going any different. Kevin Lee, he's mostly a wrestler that can strike. He used to be dangerous. I mean, he's got pretty good wins in the past in UFC. Wins over Gillespie where he hit him with the high kick. Absolutely nasty high kick. Gillespie honestly was one of the best prospects in UFC a few years back, if you guys do remember him. I remember he was like undefeated for a long time. He was like 12-0 at one point, or like 13-0 at one point before Kevin Lee knocked him out. But yeah, man, even in that like Diego Sanchez fight, I mean, I knew after the Diego Sanchez fight that Kevin Lee was kind of washed. I did, because that fight was like so bad, because he should have went out there and dominated Diego Sanchez at that point, and he was like so close, such a close fight, and that's not a really good sign when you're 29 years old fighting someone like who's 40, beyond washed like Diego Sanchez. And you're having a back and forth fight with Diego Sanchez, and we did fade him against Renat Fakardinov. I didn't think Fakardinov was gonna submit him that easily within under a minute, and that's what's gonna happen here, guys. That's what's gonna happen here. I mean, good. I'm happy for Kevin Lee that he's making this. He's getting this opportunity, and he's probably gonna make good amount of money. Good for Kevin Lee. But Ghazi's gonna go out there and end his night early. So Ghazi by first round KO. Even submission is live on the table. You might want to sprinkle that submission. Ghazi minus 2,000. I mean, I can't bet him at this line, but he's gonna win. He's absolutely gonna win. Under 1.5 rounds, honestly, is probably not too bad here. When they drop the totals on the side. So yeah, that's gonna be my pick, guys. I'll see you guys. Let's put the picks in. Let's put the picks in. I gotta do a UFC breakdown too. Probably by later tonight. Let's put the picks in. We're gonna go with the Ghazi Rabadanov by KO in the first round or submission. Probably a club and sub 2 on the table. Liz Carmouche by decision. Archie Colgan by decision. Hadley by decision. Oh my gosh, so many decisions. Primus by submission. Bishop by decision. Maybe even submission, but I think Shakalova is really tough. So I don't know if I see her getting sub. But I'm going to go with decision for Bishop. Khamidov by decision. Cenci probably by decision, or like maybe a KO. I could see like a KO too. I'm going to say decision. I think he's going to win by decision though. Mike Hamel by decision. I want to go KO in this one. I think you can put him away. Orozco by decision and Nick Meck by decision. I mean, oh my god, we're gonna be watching this card forever on Friday. I hope I'm wrong. We get a lot of finishes, but the way these PFL cards go, the way they've been going recently, and now that we don't have that point system in the tournament, we get a lot of fights going the distance now. So there you guys go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Hopefully, I hope you guys have a great week. Later.